Hello there, and we're in the Old Testament reading on day 134, which, if you're following it in calendar terms, we're in January the 12th. And the Old Testament reading is one of the most horrific ones you'll ever find, and it's basically what happens when a people turn from God. None of this is written with approval, and it's horrible. First of all, the tribe of Dan, they look for a land because they haven't got a land of their own, and they find this tribe in a place called Laish, a group of people who are peaceful, who don't have alliances with other people, and basically they destroy them so that they might take their land. And the context here is this is unjust, and this is bad, and this is terrible. And then the next part is the Levite and his concubine in chapter 19 of Judges. And again, what a disaster area this is. You've got this guy who marries this woman, or has her as a concubine. She leaves him. He goes to bring her back from her father. As they go back, they stay the night at a town. The people of the town, they gather round in the house where he's staying, and they say to the owner of the house, "Bring him out because we want to have sex with him." And the guy says, "No, I won't bring him out, but I'll bring his concubine out and my daughter who's a virgin, and you can sleep with them." And they basically rape this poor woman, and they rape her through the night so badly that she ends up in the morning found on the floor at the entrance to the house. And then her husband stroke master takes her away, having been raped by all these men, and then he cuts her body into 12 pieces and sends a piece of her body to different tribes in Israel. It is horrific and it is awful. And again, some people say, you know, what about God's love and care in the Old Testament? God doesn't approve of this. God hates this. This is why there's punishment for sin. And it's barbaric and it's cruel. And in those days, they lived in barbaric and cruel times. And this is how they lived. And this is why God came to and spoke and tried to give them rules for holy living, rules for righteous living, not to attack defenseless tribes and defenseless people groups, but to welcome the stranger. Israel was meant to be a light for the other nations of the world, and not to treat defenseless human beings like this. Be in no doubt, God hates this. And these days weren't like today, were they, where we live such civilized lives? Yeah, I'm talking at a time when we're seeing loads of people beheaded in Syria and in Iraq, where we're seeing women raped and children used as slaves. I'm talking saying this a couple of days after the horrific killings in France, in Paris, where there's the siege in just north of Paris. We see in our world human beings doing terrible things to other human beings. The answer for Israel was Jesus. The answer for our world is Jesus. That's why we need to proclaim the love of God as shown in Jesus in a world just like this world that is full of cruelty and inhumanity, because God doesn't want us to live like that. Not the easiest one to talk about, but it's part of the human condition. See you soon.